Objections are not real. They're just a condition you didn't handle earlier. Acknowledge, agree, refrain, lead, close. Those contexts right there, for me, I implement them all the time. Cool. So let's get into it. All right, the first thing you need to know about sales, right, is it's 80% psychology. 80% psychology. Say it one more time. 80% what?
Psychology.
And then 20% process. People don't buy products. They buy certainty, confidence, and leadership. You must become the most certain person in the room. A customer will only believe in your solutions at the level you have believed. Does that make sense? Like for example, when is the first time you really, in my opinion, in this business, the first time you really sell? You really sell? Like really sell. Is when you're picked to do pregame. In my opinion, it's like when you pick to do pregame. Now you're in front of 50, 60, 100 people, 100 plus people. And now you guys, you're literally selling who? Like this is where I pay attention. If your nerves here, in my opinion, is equivalent to now it's your turn to close $1 million annuity. Does that make sense? If you can do a really good pregame, you have no problem closing $1 million annuity. Why? Because then you'll be able to do what? You'll have what? Certainty in your 2-minute story, right? Your confidence in what you're gonna do. Does that make sense? Remember, what do we do when we do our 2-minute stories? What do we do when we do our 10-minute stories? You cast what? Vision of what's about to happen. Yo, you follow me, trust me. If you follow, does that make sense? You better pay attention to me, guys. I will be the next MD. I will be the That's confidence. And then what? Leadership. There's a reason why you've been picked. There's a reason why you're doing pregame. Does that make sense? So sales is 80% psychology and 20% process. Like people that I remember I had a 0.5% field training before I closed my first close. I had a 0.5% field training. It's an inside joke when I say 0.5, but I didn't really have too much field training when I closed my first one. I just went on YouTube, and I saw, there was no YouTube for him at the time. It was the CFT Academy. I watched the CFT Academy video when Chris Hart went over the presentation, and I sucked. Back then we had to write it. You had to do you had like a white, it was like a piece of paper that had like fixed variable index, and it had the plus and minus, and then we had to fill in the rest. So I had to do it. And listen, guys, I didn't care. I was confident. Like I recently saw a video, because I recorded one for Ellie Mary, which is one of my agents back then. A video of me doing it. Guys, when I tell you it was horrible based off of what Chris is saying, it was horrible. But I closed that policy. Why? For these things. Certainty. I knew that index strategies were safe, right? And they also had the ability to grow money. I was certain. I had confidence. Guys, life insurance. Which person, who do you think complains when they receive too much money in life insurance? I'm certain. I have confidence in my product. Leadership. I'm literally, does that make sense? I'm selling myself. I know I'm a leader. I had that mindset already. So I'm just talking that way. So a lot of it is 80% psychology. So that's why some people are like, man, I can't. It's just, I don't know if I'm ready. Nah, bro, just go. Be confident. That's a confident stance. I said, chat. I said, take a 5'11" Hispanic male and put. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyways, your energy sells before your words do. tone, pace, smile, posture, eye contact. 90% of influence, right? Your energy signature must be strong, calm, certain, positive, authoritative. Most salespeople lose the self before they even say their first sentence, guys. Bro, I'll never forget. Man, I was I'm not gonna say names, but 3 months ago I was edified by somebody in my base shop. The guy that was edifying me, he had no t-shirt on. And I could tell he just came out of the toilet. I really could. And he's edifying me. I'm like, bro, this cell is lost. This cell is lost. Listen, he should not edify it. I want to boot him. How do I boot this guy? Boot up, right? But I'm telling you, a lot of you guys lose the cell from your first sentence. Before you even finish your sentence. Appearance, confidence, the smile, the demeanor. Asha, was that you that was in the back on Saturday?
Yes.
Cool. What were your thoughts on BOM? Like the
No, I know it's gas. I'm like, dang, you look at it coded. Just coming out of it. But just to speak to what you're talking about, I think you and Chris are just highly credible. Not even based off of what everybody else is saying, but the way you guys present yourself.
It's just presence, guys. It's just presence. Confidence, eye contact. Even on Zoom, how you doing? You just stay eye contact. Cool. So I'm gonna show you the 3 ways money grows. You know, does that make sense? You're talking to someone. A lot of you guys, when you present, you can go in. I've seen it. You can go into speed mode. Like that's not how you talk. You're rapping right now. These are the 3 ways money grows. No. You're not rapping. You're talking. Does that make sense? Or some people like start yelling. 3 ways. No. You're talking, or I've seen it where you go really soft, like 3 ways. Does that make sense? I'm just telling you, like, I'm just giving you context because a lot of you guys lose it through your confidence. You're just not. You're not being you. Does that make sense? So they can feel that. So a lot of you guys lose the cell in the first sentence. Also, so objections don't exist, only conditions you didn't address. Remember that. Every objection is a symptom of something you failed to build earlier. Lack of trust, lack of need, lack of certainty, lack of clarity. When the front end is strong, objection disappears. Like think about the way we present when we do the 3 ways when it goes. We're gonna go over the positives and the
negatives.
Why do you think we do that?
Right.
So we can kill the objections. Does that make sense? Why do you think Chris Hart says focus on, when you're selling annuities, don't focus on the growth, focus on what? The protection, the security, the safety, guarantees. Why? Because I don't know. Yeah, but my guy says that this account's gonna grow faster. Oh yeah, it may. That's not what I'm focusing on. But what guarantees does your financial advisor have? What's their guarantee? Here's ours. Our guarantee is this bonus and a second bonus. What's his guarantee? Oh, that's a great question. That's what we're focused on. Do you prefer guaranteed safety? Or do you prefer risk? What's your preference? Does that make sense? Angle it the right way. So it's just about the lack of trust. Guys, every time I run an appointment, I do my absolute best to find a commonality. If they say military, I love it. Because I have a law enforcement background. Does that make sense? If they say, I don't know, automotive industry, sales, if they say youth leader, pastor, I've been a youth leader, I've been a youth pastor, what else? Boom, boom. Does that make sense? It's like, I'm looking for so you can build what? Lack of trust. I mean, so I can build trust. So you don't have a lack of trust. Where are they from? They're Latino? Perfect. Where? Well, I literally had someone tell me, I did this with a client. They were like, okay, this guy's from Nicaragua. I didn't know much about Nicaragua. I really didn't. So I started YouTubing what's special about them, their food, what's their food, what's the most popular spot, what side they're from, what's common, boom 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 slang. I just did that, and then I started talking to them, and then like we got along good. Does that make sense? So I just, again, it's you want to build trust. I do that when I go into every meeting. Lack of need. What are they needing? Are you finding it? Where can we find the lack of need, guys? In FLS. Isn't the FLS part of our field training system? So again, we're dissolving, we're making the objections severe. Lack of certainty. And then what else? Lack of clarity. You have to go into this mindset. Understand, if you take care of this, it's a high probability you're closing the sale. Does that make sense? Cool. All right, here we go. Next one. You must become so watch this. You must become scripted, then become natural. The top 1% don't wing it. Scripts are not robotic. They're freedom. Use scripts so you can be smooth, confident, and consistent. Like, understand that like the more you practice scripts, the more natural it feels. Does that make sense? A lot of people think it's like, yeah man, but this is not what you know how many people have told me like when they read like the field training script, like, that's not me. I know, but read it enough and it's gonna become you. Like, I'm telling you, if you want to be good, you want to become smooth, like the 1%, it's all scripts. When you call, when someone calls a dealership, we know the script. When you're closing, you have the lost key close. You know, I used to do this if it really, let me show you. If it was really bad, we had something called the lost key close. It was actually a script, but we used to use it. For example, let me ask you. Let's say I'm closing him. He's trying to buy a car, right? It's called the lost key close. Let me show you. Mikhail, I know you're processing whether or not you want to purchase this car. Can I ask you a question before you make that decision? Absolutely. Do you remember the last time you had to go to work and you're like, man, where are my keys? Like, where are my keys? And you know, like you're searching, you're flipping your couches around, you're turning your bed over, you know, you're looking left, you're looking right, you're going to the same place you looked like 10 times to make sure, is this where I placed it? And all of a sudden, what happens? You feel what? Anxiety, stress. All of a sudden, you're like, there's so much time I have to put into this. Why can't I just find my key? Don't you get a little frustrated? I know I do. So Mikhail, sitting in front of you, you see that key? That's your key. Remove the stress. You don't have to worry about it anymore. No more time dedicated to it. Mikhail, you found your key. Take your key. It's your car.
That works. That works.
And then what do you think they'll say? Yeah, you're right. That works? Oh, it works.
That's crazy. This is your policy. This is your car.
They're tired of shopping. You mean I have to do this process all over again? I have to go do this whole entire. I gotta be another 3 hours at the car dealership again? I don't know if I want to do that. You see that stress that costs you? This is your key. But does that make sense? All that was scripted. But when you practice it enough, it's just a script. No different than an RI script. But does an RI close everybody? Do we get anyone here that's done an RI that has not closed somebody? Right? It's not meant for them. It's a system so you can get better closing ratios. Does that make sense? Anybody that doesn't want to waste time anymore, they like me, they like the car, they like the dealership, we're professional. I just gave them a lot to think about. Does that make sense? So scripts, know them. I'm telling you, that's how you become natural with screws. You do them enough. I don't know what that's about. Just money. All right, cool.
Make
Cool.
money.
Let's do it. All right, repetition creates assassins, okay? You don't rise to the level of your potential, you fall to the level of your training. Reps equals? This is 1, 2 people reading. Reps equals?
Mastery.
So if you want to mastery, reps equals?
Mastery.
Practice harder than you perform. Practice harder than you perform. Does that make sense? Where's our practice? Sure. But when you're in the field training, guys, I don't mind. You don't understand. Where's Drew? Dang, he's not here. I don't know who else is here. Maybe you were there for this conversation. I had this guy named DeAndre Thaniel in my base shop, okay? He was 19 to 20 when I met him. Okay. Every recruit that he brought, or every possible RI that he brought, was unqualified, no job most of the time, or just Brandon's laughing because he knows what I'm talking about. Like, it just wasn't, it was not the ideal market, but I didn't think of it that way. I needed to practice. Does that make sense? I appreciate that for giving me the reps. A lot of us don't take the reps. You want to be like Steph Curry and be able to shoot like him, but you didn't take the reps like him. Does that make sense? A lot of you guys want to be able to have that athleticism, but you guys don't work out. Does that make sense? So it's impossible. Some of you guys want to have the gifts before you actually go through repetition. I'm happy because of that. So by the time I came to Brandon, I sounded somewhat confident. Did I sound somewhat competent when I did your RI?
Ew.
I was at 20-some rolling, 26 rolling, and his mom, Gina, was watching the call. Gina was making 6 figures, and I was making 26K a year. but you know what I'm saying? But I did enough, repetition. So again, reps equal?
Mastery.
Practice, here's the nugget. Practice harder than you perform. You practice enough annuities. By the time you get to the real one, you've already done it. It's easy. How they asked Steph Curry once, how did it feel like playing in the NBA Finals? It's a game. What was hard was practice yesterday.
Let's go.
You see what I'm saying? Like just change your mindset. Cool. Here we go. Confidence is earned, not fake. You gain confidence from. Can someone read this actually?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you read it?
You gain confidence from training, study, role play, conditioning, product mastery, situational awareness, winning consistency.
Write that down. Or swag. You can call it some swag too. Anyways, write that down. Write that down. Training, study, role play, conditioning, product mastery, situation awareness, winning consistently. You guys got that? I'm gonna move on. So, wait a little bit more. All right, let's do examples. What is an example of training, guys? Example of training. Skill trainings, skills trainings, right? What's an example of study? After hours, quest, 100%. What's an example of role play? PDR, boot camps, illustrations. What's conditioning in your opinion? Huh? Getting as many reps as possible. What about product mastery? What is that? Reading books, calling carriers, reading absolutely life insurance book, absolutely all that. Carrier websites. What situation awareness? Psychology, objections, 100%. Body language, tonality, yep. What's winning consistently? 8 points. For real. 8 points. 8 points, recruits. You know, you pay more. Getting someone promoted, does that make sense? Cool. I don't know. It's just, I don't even know, man.
Good, bro.
Everything I do is intentional, but I have no idea. All right. Your mindset determines your income. Okay? Your mindset determines your income. You know what's crazy? Last year, I was like, man, if I can make 30, dang, she's not in there. But if I can make 30K a month, I'm happy. If I make 30K in a month now, I'm frustrated. I really am frustrated. Guys, I had a horrible, I'll be honest with you guys. I had like 1,000 paid points last month, maybe 2,000 paid points. But I made $33,000. Personally though, I made no money, and I'm pissed off. Does that make sense? That's on me. That's on me. That's not focusing on certain things I should focus on. But last year, if I saw like, dang, I made $32,000 passive, holy smokes, that's good. What did I change? Right now, there, like income-wise, Chris, there's only one number I'm looking at
80K.
every month.
80K.
80K. Actually, 81 to be specific. 81,000. That's the only number, and I know I could do it. I've done it already. So it's like that's the number. It's like what? Boom, solving that equation again. What did I do? Okay. But it just changes your what? Your mindset. Like before, I'm telling you, it's just your mindset change. Before, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was satisfied with a 30K a month paycheck. I was satisfied. That was my mindset back then. Does that make sense? It just changed. Now it's a little bit different. It really makes a big difference. So, can someone read this one?
Your mindset determines your income. Performers, doesn't complain, shows up early, trains on days they don't feel like it, takes responsibility, chooses to be elite, not average. Sales is not a job, it's a discipline.
Performers don't do what, everybody?
Don't complain.
Man, why don't I do this? Why don't I do that? How come I don't get this matchup? How come I don't win? How come there's no time for that. You're wasting time. What else? They show up what?
Early.
They train on days they don't
Feel like it.
They take responsibility. It's on me. It's on me. I take responsibility for that. You choose to be elite, not average. Does that make sense? I called Chris last night to process something. I'm like, dang, that's the difference between average and elite. That makes sense. Does that, so I focus on that. What is elite? What is average? How do you choose to be elite? Sales is not a job, it's a 100%. All right. Cool. All right. Who wants to read this one?
Never answer the thing behind the thing. Most customer objections are emotional. I need to think about it. Fear of making a mistake. I don't know. Lack of clarity. Address the emotional truth, not the surface excuse.
Guys, when they say I need to think about it, is they have fear of making a mistake. Understand that. I need to think about it. They have fear of their making a mistake. Is this really good for me? I need to get another opinion. I need to call this person. That's all they're saying. Know what they're saying, like understand words. I need to think about it that's not what they're saying. It's, hey man, I fear your product. I don't know if this is the right decision for me. I may be making a mistake. That's what they're really saying. Does that make sense? I don't know. So would you like to move forward today? I don't know. Isn't this good? I don't know. What does that mean? What's the interpretation for that? Lack of clarity. There's something we didn't do. So I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example of something. That'll be my last slide so you can kind of see it. I have like 6, 7 of those examples, but I'm. Damn, that really is. That's crazy. All right. But I'm gonna give you an example of like how to overcome objections. Right. All right. Follow up is where most. Can someone read it? I have horrible glare in my face.
Follow up is where most of the money actually is. You're never bothering people. You're leading them. Portion is follow up because decision making is emotional. Plus time is. Stay present until the mind is strong enough to move.
You know, Kareen, she talked to this guy. So Miller, when did Kareen talk to the guy from Illinois? The first time they ever connected. How long ago was that?
Probably, I would say, before I graduated college.
Right? Easily. It was before she graduated college. So. And then for phone zone, she's like, hey, see, it's crazy. I'm gonna follow up with this guy. 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 Then he said, this day. Okay, this day came. We showed up. In through that follow up, I think it was 28,000 points closed on that policy.
35.
So 35,000 points closed on that policy. Because we just kept what? Following up. But I think Anna and Anthony Atwater said they followed with someone for like over a year. And now they're closing a $1 million annuity. I'm okay with that. Like, understand that people with big wealth, like they have lots of money, guys, it's gonna take some following up. Does that make sense? So when it says you're never bothering people, you're leading them when you're following up. Have that mindset. Am I calling them too many times? No, you're not bothering, you're leading them. Fortune is in the follow-up because decision making is emotional and what? Timing based.
You call them and not picking up.
So I always set a clear expectation of what I'm calling next. So like, I'm not gonna rant, like for example, is it okay if I reach out to you? I was like, I'm gonna move the money over, but it's gonna be around next year, early next year. Okay. Is it okay if I call you the first week of January? Yeah, it's okay. I call. Boom.
So you let them know you're calling them before you set the appointment up.
Yep. If I'm following up with them, we're setting a time where I'm following up. Because then that, huh? Okay, so I prospected them and then what happened?
You let them know like what you do is you're cool.
Then they give you the number?
Yeah. Call them.
How do you close that? Like, you get the number, then what do you do?
Hey, so if I called you tomorrow at this time, you free?
So be more confident. Does that make sense? Hey, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. What time's good for you? Is it 1, 2? Do you prefer afternoons or evenings? Or I'll call you that time. Is that usually when you're free? Boom. Command, confidence, and then you call. Does that make sense? But that is different because you're not really. I mean, that's a follow up, but at the same time, you don't know what you have. Does that make sense? So, yeah. Correct. All right. We read this last part, right? Okay, cool. All right, let's go next one. All right, here we go. We're almost to the end, all right? So, stop selling, start changing lives. That's the biggest mind shift thing I had to do personally. When I sold cars, you do whatever you have to do to sell it. Meaning like, not so much in the line, most in like, I'll hard close them, I'll box them in, like, let me, like, hold on, I want 5% interest. Oh, I want to be at 3.5% interest. Okay, you want to be at 3.5% interest, no problem. We're gonna communicate with the bank. And then you would have them wait for an hour or so. You say, look, we already know that they're gonna say no. But we're keeping them there for an extra hour so they can get fatigued. So then they can say like, okay, look, you know what, I've been waiting this long. We already went to the banks, we already did that, but we're just trying to get you fatigued so you can buy it. Does that make sense? It's the truth. It's I don't mind sharing it
So you're
because
just in the back taking lunch.
yeah, we're just chilling. We're just while we're fatiguing them. We call them fatiguing them. Like we're
That's
gonna
what they do
15.
in negotiation.
That's what you do.
Art of car sales.
I'm telling you, it's not that. So, but that mindset was in me. I was scared of that person, and I'm not gonna. It's the right word. I was scared of that person. Until this. Stop selling. Start changing lives. You're not a salesperson. You are a transformer. When you believe that, sales come easy. Because transformation is powerful. Does that make sense? I'm no longer selling you. Guys, sometimes we sold cars when they didn't even need it. Like, for example, hey, you need a brand new Nissan Rogue, man. And nothing changed in the car. No, the fuel, the gas is better. You know, we're just doing stuff for nothing. When we sell IULs, what are we selling? What's the purpose of an index universal life? Growth, security, improving life, passing legacies down. What's the point of an annuity?
Lifetime income.
What's the point of a term? Low amount, lot of coverage. What's the point of a final expense? So they can have something to pass, so it's not a big burden on their family. Does that make sense? What are we doing when we're helping clients with products?
Transform.
It's just a mindset shift for me. Does that make sense? So how do you view what you do? Some of you guys may not say it, but some of you guys may say, I'm not sure about doing this. I'm not sure if it's me. What do you mean? How is it not you to pass down a legacy for another family member? How is that not you? But that's not my focus, Cesar. How is it not your focus to help someone make sure that they have a lot of coverage for a lower price? How is that not your focus? Yeah, but like my real passion is. So one time I had a conversation. I mean, no disrespect. Someone's like, my passion is what do you call it when they do eyelashes? Lashes. My passion is lashes. I said, look, I am not gonna put your passion down. But I promise you one thing. God didn't bring you to this earth so you can be the most. So you can be the one to put the most amount of lashes on those eyes. I'm sure God wants you to do that and more. Don't bring them down. Don't bring that down. To do that and more. So if you can do that and do more for someone, isn't that something that we want to do? Does that make sense? So I'm just telling you, it's a mindset shift. Some of us, we have a mental block. Just gotta get through it. I had a mental block that I had to get through. Does that make sense? So let's do one practice, okay? Can someone do this? I have one example of it. Who wants to practice? Go ahead, Tim.
I'm not ready yet. Totally get it. Let me ask you something honestly. Are you not ready because of timing or because you're afraid of making the wrong decision? This forces the truth. Then, if timing wasn't an issue, would this be the right move for you? Supposedly, then let's lock it in today so you stop delaying your goals.
Someone else read the exact same thing. Read this. Someone else read this.
Totally get it. Let me ask you something honestly. Are you not ready because of timing or because you're afraid of making the wrong decision? This forces truth, man. Timing wasn't an issue. It would just be the right move for you. Close with let's lock it in today so you stop delaying your goals.
One more time.
I totally get it. Let me ask you something honestly. Are you not ready because of timing or because you're afraid of making the wrong decision, Cesar? Right, so if timing wasn't an issue, would this be the right move for you right now? Yeah, man, then let's lock it in today so that you can stop delaying your goals.
There's like 6 of these. I don't have time to go through them all. But there's really good closes. I'm telling you, they're all scripts. Remember what I said? You guys have to master the scripts. Make it natural. I'm telling you, as many scripts you can master is you're adding it to your tool belt. Does that make sense? What do you think you're doing when you're becoming a CFT? You're mastering what? The script. what is the free future close? What is that? A script. What are the 3 guarantees? What's your 2-minute story? You understand? What is the 3 ways money grows? What is the 5 homes to money? I'm telling you, put as many weapons in your tool. That right there is a defense. A police officer doesn't show up with just his gun. Does that make sense? We have a bunch of tools in our tool belt. Batman didn't just have 1 tool. Does that make sense? So just keep increasing it. I love Iron Man. Why? He gets better every movie. It's a new tool. Then all of a sudden he flies this way. He can do this. He can do that. I love that. He's adding more things to his tool belt. But again, it's just that's why you can't stop learning. Does that make sense? You can't stop learning. In Andy Elliott, so I don't know if you guys know this, but I went to competition in Toyota in 2011. Andy Elliott placed first place in all Toyota sales. And in 2013. I placed top 20. He placed number 1. And then he said, and Andy Elliott said, the only difference between me and everybody else is the amount of times I'm willing to. The amount of times I'm willing to do this over and over and over and over again without getting tired. And I'm like, this guy's different. Years later, all of a sudden you start teaching it on YouTube. Then he gets connected with Patrick, and he goes from making $600,000 a year selling cars to like, how much do you think Andy makes now, Chris?
Company did 20 mil revenue. I don't know what the take home was.
Bro. When I met Andy, he was at like 230K of it. Maybe a little more, maybe like 250, 260. When I first met him, selling cars. All he did was sell cars. Close, boom, sell car. He was just as intense as he is now. He really was. He just had a lot more hair, right? But anyways, repetition, guys. Repetition. That should be the last time. So anyways, I hope this helps you understand the importance and saying like, hey, what can I do to get my watch? What can I do to get my ring? What can I do? What do you mean, what can you do? It's called improve, practice, repetition, and then at the same time, right, increase your mindset. So we all have the power to make what we want to in this business. We have that power. We really do. So it's up to you to utilize it. I know I will be. So how obsessed are you? Is your obsession, is your good obsession stronger than your bad obsession? I'm telling you, that you should look at that. What are your bad obsessions? You have to say them. Some you got to do. But you got to think about your bad obsessions. Yes, watching certain things is a bad obsession. Yes, listening to certain things that are negative is a bad obsession. Yes, being around negative people a lot, it is a bad obsession. Does that make sense? So, what are you locked into? Who's winning? Good or the bad? And you can tell based off your numbers. So, well, you may lie, but your numbers sometimes don't lie. So let's stand up. Let's do it. Ready? 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 All right, guys. You guys ready? Yeah. All right, coming up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh! SOS sold out.
SOS base. Be on the room.
Yeah. Oh, it's right here. It's right here.
Congratulations on earbuds, man.
Mr. Laptop? Or no, Mac.